I see. I just have to jump like over it. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, there we go. Perfect first level. Hype. Oops. I was gonna try to go for it, but I think I would have gotten hit, so. I'll practice things like that more earlier, or more later. Oops. I think the best I can do for now is just jump there and grab the ladder as high as possible. There we go. Oh yeah, the lightsaber split. I don't know if I did that one last time, so I have to make sure that I split at the right times. Oh, that hit. So pro. Okay, there we go. Gold split. I guess because the only other run where I split at the right time was a run where I had, you know, plenty of mistakes. But I don't think it's actually minus 16 at all. My splits are just way wrong. Oops. Oh! I could just use Han Solo on my way out of here for safety, so that I don't lose health, but on the other hand I could also die. Okay, that was slow. I didn't get the strat I wanted, but that's alright. Dun, dun. I didn't go for this special jump. Ah, yeah. I think if I go to the right too soon there, I end up messing it up. Yeah, so my splits last time were like way off. Yeah, they are. I've seen, yeah, stuff like that is always the top game. I hope me splitting weird didn't mess up my sum of best though for this. Like if it gave me a split that was longer than normal, that's fine, but that means there must be a split that ended up being much shorter than it should have been. Ugh. Which is not good. I'll have to figure out which one that is. and delete that S split. Got it. Okay. So that's the major obstacle right there. Oh, and I do not split here because, okay. I'm probably gonna have to change my other splits to do that too. Because that split doesn't actually tell you anything. But on the other hand, it's nice to have 8 splits because it fits nicely on the screen. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll add a split somewhere else or something. Oh god, I got hit. That's alright though, at least I made it through. Yeah, it's a really good game. You should check it out. You know, whether you know, if you've got a console, maybe you could obtain a copy, or if you don't, or whatever. I mean, you know, download it for emulator. Whatever you got to do. I'm playing on emulator myself, because I don't have the stuff for streaming from a console. And I guess, well, I don't really have the console right now anyway. Ooh. And just a note, I did my splits wrong, last time. So I'm not actually behind by like, I'm not like losing a full minute on the split randomly. It should match up again once I escape the Death Star. So that's what you can watch for. I'm just starting out this particular category. The main category I've been doing is any percent. And just beat the game as fast as possible without, you know, without necessarily collecting anything. But this game has a nice little percent completion stat that keeps track of for you. And certain things in the game, like rescuing certain characters. Like here's Princess Leia that I just rescued. Doing that is worth like 10 or 15% completion, or something like that. So if you want to get 100%, then you have to do all the little things that it expects you to do. So that right there, where I fell, that was a major skip. Where normally there would be like a huge maze of elevators that I would have to go through to get down here. But if you push up just before you hit the ground, then you enter the elevator instead of taking fall damage. So that's pretty nice. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to take an intentional death on this boss here, because I'm really low on health. And it's a super quick death. You just fall in the lava. Or, I mean, the sludge, whatever this is. Acid stuff. Now this level with the spikes, this is the furthest I could get when I played this as a kid. It's like a really crazy level. Basically, anytime you hit a spike, you take a crap ton of damage, which I almost did there. And that part I was just on, like those vacuum tubes, take you straight up into the spikes. So if you don't know, like, what to do, if you don't know it's going to take you up into a bunch of spikes, you pretty much die. And it takes a while to figure it out. So now my splits are accurate. So I'm ahead by like 2.5 minutes right now. This is my first like semi-efficient run of the 100% category. So here's this level. You have to shoot a bunch of TIE fighters. You're like in the gun cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, so you can't actually like steer the ship on this level, but you can like fire your lasers. And there's these little, I mean, presumably the TIE fighters are shooting green lasers at me, but magically I'm able to shoot their lasers. I tend to call them green balls instead of lasers, since you can destroy them. And it's really hard to control the cursor on this level. So unless you like use an emulator and try to memorize where the TIE fighters appear, it's insanely difficult to beat. So, and I don't think I ever got to this level when I played it on the console, but if I ever did, I would have just game overed. You have like 10 continuous in this game, and the levels like this, where you're in a ship, flying in a ship like this, every time you die, it wastes a full continue instead of just one of Luke's lives. So you can die like maybe 10 times if you have all your continues when you get here. And it's over. Oh, okay. Sorry, my sci-fi knowledge is not terribly extensive. I guess that makes sense. I'm not sure exactly what a proton torpedo is. Let's see. So I guess a normal torpedo would be like a missile from a submarine. But in the case of a proton torpedo, would it be an actual metallic, case that contains a bunch of protons? Or would it just be like some kind of weird ball of protons that sticks together on its own without a casing? So this level, once you learn a particular pattern that they do, it becomes fairly easy. So right now you can see that all these TIE fighters are flying to the upper right corner. Every once in a while they do that. So when they're in that pattern, you just fly up and right and try to shoot them. And then other than that, you just try to not get hit too much. And you can kind of optimize it more than that if you want to like try to shoot a bunch of people. But if you want to shoot like every TIE fighter as soon as they appear, you can try to do that. Oh no, they're doing something weird. I think this is near the end, but they're doing something weird. I think that's the last two. Come back here. Where are you? Yes. Oh, that's not the last two. That's the last two. Okay. Gold split. Alright, here we go. And now we're in the Death Star trench. So I get to pilot an X-Wing. And when I get to the end, I actually get to shoot a missile and destroy the Death Star. It's a pretty nifty level. But it's like insanely difficult unless you memorize the layout. Like if you're just flying through this for the first time, it's like really fast and you just run into shit constantly. There you go. PB. So there we go, 1442, that's much more like what I should be able to do. I wish I could remember what the exact time was. I had figured out exactly how much longer a 100% run would take compared to an 80% run. Yeah, that's the thing about this game. Most of the levels are the the platforming levels, but then they had to have the cockpit shooters where you're shooting the TIE fighters, and then they have that last level. Like imagine getting through the whole game, and then all of a sudden you're on the last level, and you got this top-down flying level that you've never seen in the rest of the game. Luckily on that one, when you die, it actually uses Luke's lives, which you get 3 lives per continue. So that helps a bit, instead of using a full continue for death. But yeah, it's crazy. And there's the 100%. So the first time I did a practice run, I accidentally only got 97%. Because I forgot to get something at the beginning. So now I always have to check.